What's going on, guys? Me, Raker's Talent, back with a new video today about the Paladin in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. So, as you guys can see on the right side here, a beautiful picture of the Paladin here. You can only pick a dwarf or a human if you actually want to do a Paladin. Very cool. Obviously, those classical races that actually can do Paladins, like we know it from WoW. Also, EverQuest had a Paladin as far as I know. And the Paladin also existed in World of Warcraft. So we have him also in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, which is very, very interesting. And we have a little bit of a text here that you can go and read on PantheonMMO.com. You can go and check out a little bit of the story, a little bit of the lore of the Paladin. But I think most of us are very familiar of what a Paladin is, what a Paladin can do. So let's see what Pantheon is going to change here, or what they do different, or what they kind of want to show us here with the Paladin. If you want to make a Paladin, the group role is actually a tank. The combat resource he uses is Endurance, Breath, and on top of that, Reckoning points. So if you come, for example, like WoW, where the Paladin only had mana, right? This is definitely something that looks way more complex here. He looks like he has like 3 kind of type of things he can use here. This is also very, very interesting. A lot of other classes use Endurance, but on top of that, he has Wrath and those Reckoning points. Maybe he has certain abilities where he needs to build some Reckoning points first before he can use them, right? All the kind of good stuff. So 3 kind of like bars that he has here, or like points as a combat resource. Available armor: cloth, light and heavy leather, light and heavy chain, light and heavy plate, and shields. So here also very cool to see the classical Paladin able to wear the heaviest stuff, the heaviest armor, also obviously wielding shields. Very, very cool fantasy here, and pretty much also the classic Paladin here. Available weapons: sword, greatsword, club, warhammer, great hammer, mace, great mace, edged, great blade, axe, great axe, and polearm. So this guy is doing it all. We're almost able to pretty much carry all the weapons there are in the game. Obviously, there's no staff and stuff here, but a lot of the classical weapons we expect from the warriors and all that kind of stuff. Very, very cool to see here. Not sure what the edged here exactly means. Maybe you guys can tell me that in the comments down below, right? But very, very nice and very, very cool. So let's go down to the abilities. As I mentioned in pretty much all of my videos, those are not all abilities. Those are the abilities that they want to show us, that they kind of are ready to kind of give us a little bit of a look into it. Maybe some really interesting abilities. And so let's just get into it. Featured abilities: Oath Flame. Heal an ally with a swift burst of celestial flames. Very cool. So this is like a little bit of a heal he can use on your ally to kind of get this HP up. Heal an ally with the swift burst of celestial flame. Okay, I'm not sure if this is like an instant. If there's like a lot, I don't even know if there's a lot of instant casts in Pantheon. Most of the things I've seen in the dev stream were always like some casts, right? So very, very cool here. Just a heal to kind of heal your ally. Pommel and cross. Strike an enemy with the pommel of your weapon, dealing physical damage with a chance to stun. Then follow with a cleave that deals physical damage to nearby enemies in front of you. Very, very nice. So you can use his weapon here to do a little bit of a physical damage, but also stunning at the enemy for a short amount of time, I suppose. And then follow with a cleave that deals physical damage to nearby enemies in front of you. So it is a little bit of a AoE going on everything that is in front of the Paladin. Very, very nice. So you kind of want to, you know, line those mobs up in front of you and use this. Very, very cool. Golden Aegis. Envelop yourself in a barrier of celestial light, making you invulnerable for a short time. Very, very nice. So a little bit of a complete invulnerable spell here. Kind of, we know this from WoW, the bubble, right? But this is obviously, I expect, since this is Pantheon, it's not going to be as long as a bubble in WoW. But obviously a complete kind of like godlike ability, right? Kind of fits very well with this idea of a Paladin, like this being that's just very holy and can just completely absorb everything that gets thrown at him. Very, very cool. Golden Aegis is that spell. Edict of Celestial Authority. A sacred word of power that stuns an enemy for a short time and puts them in a disoriented state. Nice, a little bit of a CC going. Imagine maybe you're like tanking some mobs and you see one mob is running off to your healer or running off to one of your ranged DPS, and you can just swap your target and stun that guy real quick before you get rid of and then you go and get him and taunt him or something. We have to see if he actually has a taunt, but do stuff like this, right? Very, very cool. A bit of a stun that gives you something to work with. I like that a lot. Edict of Celestial Fury. A sacred word of power that reflects the next ability that would do damage to you back at the attacker. Ooh, wow. Very cool. So I'm not sure if this is like physical only. I would assume so. But that's cool if you know that the boss or a mob is doing a hit on you or is about to attack you. You use this and boom, the whole damage goes back on your enemy. Very, very cool. I like that a lot. Edict of Celestial Fury. Wrathful Aegis. Radiate celestial flames that burn all enemies around you. This ability generates bonus hate every second on all affected enemies. Oh my goodness. And when they say all affected enemies, I wonder, is it really like all, or is it like a limit to what this means? But then again, I see the Pantheon is not a game where you're going to pull 20 mobs. At least I hope that's not what it's gonna be, and we all kind of think that that's not gonna be the case. But that's definitely nice. If you have 3 mobs, maybe 2-3 mobs, you can make sure to build the hate on all of them. You know, hit all of them with it. Make sure they all attack you and focus on you as a tank. Very, very nice ability here. Some like AoE taunt. Very, very cool. Also burns the enemies. I'm not sure if this is like maybe going to be even a little bit of a dot on the enemy that they kind of like a bit burn. Very, very nice. So very cool to see that there's also like a lot of AoE going on here. Incite an enemy to anger, causing them to focus their attention on you for a short time. Okay, so this is actually like the taunt that the Paladin has. Very nice. Maybe you don't really want to use this on like your first target that you go on. Maybe you use this like to kind of make sure that you know, you don't lose aggro, and if a mob is going to run off to the healer, like just a small taunt. Very cool. Glory and Honor. Grant an ally a percentage of your total armor class. While active, the damage you deal in combat is converted into healing for that ally. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. So not only does your ally get your total armor class, but also gets healed for all the damage that is gets converted into the heal to heal your ally. Wow, you can really protect someone here with this, especially your healer or like any other DPS that is getting kind of clapped. Very, very cool here. Kind of like a saving ability, you know. You can save your group members even if something goes wrong, right? Arcing Light. Instantly heal yourself. This heal then jumps to the next 2 group members with the lowest health. Oh my goodness. This is an instant heal. So imagine you're like tanking, right? And you see, oh, I'm a little bit low, you know. Okay. You throw this on you, and if there's like melee DPS around you or maybe someone behind that, it just bounces off to them and heals them as well. Very, very nice. Giving the healer a bit of a room to breathe. And then that's very, very cool. A little bit of a support heal coming in here for the Paladin. Living Light. Send forth flames of celestial light all around you, healing nearby allies. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what if you... Okay, so I'm a bit thrown off here, okay? Because what if you are a Paladin tank? This is Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. So I expect that... That doesn't mean you don't need a healer now, right? I'm not going to be worried or anything, okay? Because I really hope you all understand what we want Pantheon to be. But this is not like a replace a healer, right? Like... Because I know it from WoW and all that kind of stuff. If this would be a class in WoW, that class would not need a healer. Like, I'm just saying, like, I hope that's, you know, we know the values of Pantheon, we know where they stand. And because everything I read here is like, this guy can go and tank a dungeon and just not even needs a healer, right? And I really hope that that is not what's going on here, right? It worries me a little bit. Maybe you guys can give me a little bit of a hint here how it was in EverQuest, because maybe a tank there, a Paladin, also had a lot of heals, but he could still not do a lot of stuff solo, right? So that's what I hope is going to be the case. Let me know in the comments down below. But I see a lot of healing coming out from this guy. Sure, he's a Paladin, but isn't he in first line a tank? Like, maybe I get this wrong because I played WoW for so long and it became such a shit show, right? But man, this guy is a tank healer. Very, very cool. So send forth flames of celestial light all around you, healing nearby allies. So again, if your DPS around you gets low, you can use like arcane light, healing you and your teammates. So the rogue gets healed and the monk, right? It's good. Those guys get low again. pop like living light. Okay, nice. Everyone gets healed again around you. Like, I'm just a bit worried. Like, it's not like that guy doesn't need a healer, right? I really hope that's not the case. It's just going to be like a small little bit that kind of helps keeping the group alive. Because that is like insane. That is insane to me. I've never seen a tank that is also like healing so much. Edict of Celestial Might. A sacred word of power that pulls an enemy to your location. Oh, that's cool. So you can pull an enemy to you, like you're tanking 1-2 mobs, or like just one mob, right? And then you see a guy over there, you pull that guy as soon as this guy goes down. Very, very cool. Or maybe you can pull him back if he runs away or something. Edict of Celestial Force. A sacred word of power that pushes an enemy backwards a short distance. Okay, very interesting ways you could maybe use this. So that he has a lot of stuff going on. He can pull an enemy, can push an enemy back. He has a lot of heal. Man, this is a really interesting one here. Atone. Sacrifice half of your health to resurrect a fallen ally. Using this ability when below half heal will cause the overzealous state, obstructing all healing on you while active. Oh, wow. Okay, so very, very interesting. So he has actually a res, but he has to sacrifice half of his health. If he's under that HP, he'll get into a overzealous state where as soon as he gets into that state, all the heal that goes on the Paladin will actually not go through. I don't think he can heal himself either, right? So, yeah, very, very interesting here. So, maybe going to be very important to kind of maybe a boss fight that really went wrong. He can maybe do something good with this. I assume this is like an instant rest, right? Maybe. But because you can use this in combat, right? I think. So, very, very interesting here. Whoa, oh my god. So, yeah, if you are a lot into this fantasy of a Paladin, man, this looks good. I mean, this is like a healer, but his group role is actually a tank, but he can do it all. This is like a force to be reckoned with, and it's insane. So if you're like a guy who goes like, when I play this game, I want to be a healer, but you know, I would also like to do damage and tank. Oh, well, let's play a Paladin then. Very, very cool class, very powerful. And I know that this game is not... I don't even want this game to be balanced. The PvP should never be the reason why you balance other stuff. That's not what an MMORPG should be. But just in case of, like, is this guy going to need other people, right? Like, Pantheon is hopefully a game where that is still going to be the case, where Paladin is still going to not be able to do much when he's alone, right? That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But with all those abilities, I see, like, so much potential of him doing, like, a lot of stuff solo. Maybe this is the character to go when you want to go solo. We'll see, guys. Very, very interesting stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.